Come on, Legions, call Legions. This is Agent N107, and welcome back to my room. Yay! It seems like everyone loved this wall here. Give me a second. Okay, so I fixed that. I had some guns falling out of there. I didn't want to see them on camera or anything. So, welcome back to my room. Welcome back to all this nice everything. I am wearing this again because I was told to wear this again. And welcome to a special video. This video is called Top 10 Obscure Facts About Me. Yes, that's what I decided to do because I got bored and I realized there's some really obscure stuff about me. Stuff like even a couple of my friends barely know about, or some of them sort of know. So this is how this video is going to work. So basically, I'm going to give you 10 facts about me that you wouldn't find out unless some situation called for it. So like something went on in a video and I just randomly blurted out this fact kind of thing. So I decided to put them all in one video so you don't have to look for them or anything, because I think I've said a couple of these maybe in previous videos just because, and so I'm just putting them here just for the fun of it. And well, if I was going to do a facts video, why not do some stuff that even my friends wouldn't even know about me? So I wrote down a list, and none of these have an order. None is not specific order on obscure or anything. I just wrote down 10 things, and then I went to Werewing 11, Swift Click, Ellie Frost, and Jonathan Higgins, and asked them to pick a number between 1 to 10, and they gave me a lot of numbers actually, and basically I just kept asking them. I never told them why I was asking them this. I think I told Werewing, but not the other 3. And then I went to my family with the last 2 numbers I had that didn't have a spot. Had a vote on it. Didn't tell them what I was doing with it either. And so that's how we have our list. So, the other thing about this thing, because I'm trying to get through this really fast, is that I'm going to show some evidence of it, so that, because some of these get really unbelievable. So just in case you can't see it, if you don't believe me, there's some evidence for it. There's I think 2 of these facts about me I don't actually have complete evidence about, so we're gonna have to, you just have to trust me on this one on those, okay? So let's begin. So guys, so the first fact about me, this first obscure fact about me, is I had 4 surgeries in one day. So what happened was I had a weird snozzle thing. My tonsils were being and my ears needed to be cleaned out because they had weird liquid behind them. So I underwent 4. Hold on, 1, 2, 3. There was another one. I don't know what the other one was. I can't remember what it was. They literally handed me a booklet with a giant baby, who also went through the whole process as well. So I don't know if I'm the youngest person to ever actually have my tonsils out. I don't have tonsils. Look. Hey, here. Okay, so we're gonna just ignore doing that. So yeah, I don't have my tonsils. Is another really obscure thing. And I hear that that's not usually how it goes. My parents have their tonsils, my sister has their tonsils. I seem like to be the only one in my family who still has their tonsils, who doesn't have their tonsils anymore. And I did at a very young age. Like, I was young. They had to chocolify their laughing gas for it, for crying out loud. So there we go. And yeah, I was very, very loopy. I was very loopy after it. So on to the next one. Oh, I don't want to talk about this one. I actually don't really want to talk about this one. I was trying to avoid anything embarrassing. There's a couple obscure facts about me that I avoided completely because of how embarrassing these were. But this one, I couldn't find the pictures for this, but I do have the pictures. And if I find them, I'm going to put them on Facebook so everyone can believe me on this one. But, when I was younger, way younger, and, like, still a baby, my cousin on my mom's side and her girlfriends, when they had a sleepover, and I ended up being there because cute little baby, doesn't matter what gender you are, you can be at any party you want. So they decided to play dress up with me, and they put me in the doll's clothing. I'm not kidding with you guys. They legitly dressed me up in literal doll's clothing. Not baby clothing, but like those ceramic doll clothing. I think this is exactly what it was. So they dressed me up like that. And some people believed I was an actual doll. Yeah, I'm glad I grew out of it. I don't want to go back. I don't. It's no fun at all. It was no, well, it probably was fun then. But it's a picture I don't want, it's kind of the pictures I don't want my girlfriend to see, is the kind of, that I'm going to show everyone on the internet anyways, because that way you guys can believe me on this. But other than that, I'm not showing anyone else these. Hopefully. Okay, on to the next one. Okay, so this next one, I do have proof, and we're gonna like slide this over. Which way? We're just gonna grab a side and swing it over. So basically, as you can see through this picture, I'm actually really underweight. Like, I'm looking at it now too, so I was getting very underweight. As you can see, me in my basketball jersey. It was getting bad. Like by grade 7, I was a toothpick. It was horrible. There was like not much to do. Like, and people thought I could do push-ups totally well with those. No, it didn't go so well. It didn't go really, really well at all. And so that's how it goes, and that's how it, yeah, that's really how it goes. And I'm actually, in pretty much, I actually had a very big issue getting this. I had an issue getting this big belly here. Whoa, Okay, well, that was horrible. I kind of fell. But yeah, I was a very underweight child. Well, I slowly became underweight, but man, it was not good. Like, and I ate a lot then too, actually. I still eat a lot now, but my size fits more how I eat now, but geesh, that skinniness got really bad. So if you're all wondering why I'm happy to be fat, that's the reason why. I have no idea what I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing at things just because. So, let's go on to the next fact. Okay, this one's a little weird. Well, not exactly weird, but it happened. I think it happened twice, I'm not sure. But when I was like 1 or 2 or 3, they had a rodeo, and I got to be in the newspaper, mostly. It's more my sister on there, but I have the medal somewhere, or the ribbon. Maybe it's in there. I think it's in there. I'm not reopening that door though, to see and find out if that ribbon is in there, because I don't trust that room. What I mean by room, that's my closet, but you get what I mean. It's junky in there. It's very, very chunky. So I'd rather keep that closed right now. So let's just move on. This one might not be as mind-blowing, but that's pretty much all it was. So this fact is kind of interesting, actually, because I don't know how well you would know this, but give me a second. I was in Boy Scouts. As you can see, 103, Den 2. Yeah, I know they don't just hand these out, so these are my legit Look how tiny I was. Oh my goodness. Oh, let me back this up because the camera's so close, but I was small. You can kind of tell with how tiny this is, sort of. I guess, maybe, who knows. So there's that. Yeah, I'm trying to wear the hat, but it's not working out so well. Here's the hats. Here's the bear. So, and I have the books. They're somewhere in my library under my thing. But yeah, I was in Boy Scouts, and you probably wouldn't notice that much either. I do have some of the skills still. I think I've actually kind of maybe mentioned it in a video or two. I need to play some survival videos that probably will be helpful on that one. But yeah, I don't know how mind-blowing that one was, but that's just so you know. So this one's a more of an interesting fact, more than obscure, but yeah, it's still obscure because I didn't even know about this one. So I was actually born in the same town as Kurt Russell and Golden Hans. Or Honey, I don't know how to I think it's Han? I think it's Han? I think it's Goldie Hawn. I was born in the same town as them. I didn't grow up in the same neighborhood, I was just born in the same town. I don't know how interesting that is, but and if you don't know who these people are, well, here are Pixas! Yes, I found these on the internet, don't judge me. So, and, well, the only time I ever actually saw Kurt Russell was in Sky High. Here's a picture of that. So let's keep moving. Okay, so this one's gonna be coming. This one actually is definitely one of the another one of the surprise ones, just like how I was underweight before. Yeah, that one worked out well for me. This one's also is just as interesting because I don't think you would realize I did this. So I took karate for 4 years actually, and as proof of this, because they don't actually just can't really just get these anywhere, but I have this thing. I have this thing right here with all my belts on it. Here's your 1, 2, 3, 4, and I guess 5. So wait, 4. I think I jumped ahead twice. I think once in one of these years. But yeah, so yes, I have a whole little thing here for this. So I made the purple degree, first degree purple before I stopped, mainly because that's when I came here. I moved here. The money got a lot more there. I kind of stopped because, well, because we came here, so I couldn't really do it anymore. So I stopped at the first degree purple, and that's actually where I became better friends with Werewing 11. As a fun fact of this fact. So yeah, don't say you don't believe me on that one, because I don't think they give those belts to anyone. So move on. Okay, this one has some sub facts in it. I've had a very strange history with friends. There have been some weird ones. I had a friend that was obsessed with Tamagotchi at one point. I think it was like around like grade 2 or 3. Or not grade 2, around kindergarten I think it was. Yes, I'm going very young. It's either kindergarten or first grade. I can't remember when we were friends. We were like bus friends, I guess you could say. I had a bus friend, I had a school friend, and I had a neighborhood friend. That's how it worked. I had a neighborhood, and all 3 of them had mysteriously disappeared on me. I'm not joking on this one. My neighborhood friend, he just 1 year he just wasn't there, and then I met him on the because I had to take night classes, so I had to get on the high school buses, which picked kids up around like 3 a.m. I think. No. It's 7 a.m. It was dark out and scary, and that's when they would pick up high schoolers, or not high school, middle schoolers, because America. And that's where I met him, and he was different when I met him on that bus, because he was like, I think he was like 3 years older than me, I think, and we were like really good friends. And then yeah, it's only 1 year he just disappeared, and then I started taking those night classes, and well, or morning classes, I guess is what they would be properly. And I just sat down and was like, oh, these kids are huge. And then I hear, hey, Joey. And I look over and there's my friend. I'm like, what happened to you? You don't seem very energetic anymore. So that scared me about olderness. I didn't want to grow up, and it seems I've never grown up, I guess. But yeah, the other friend, who was into like, I'm not joking. She was obsessive over Tamagotchis. Like, super obsessive, like, going, mine are like the glorious version of this. There's only 2 of these kind. I'm like, I know we're friends, but I think you're starting a war for no real good reason here. And then there's let's see here. I had another friend who actually, well, the friend I had before I moved to Canada in the first place, he didn't really have that much of a mysterious disappearance. He did say where he was going. He was actually pretty happy to go places. I'm not looking at the camera. I need to start staring at the camera more. Look at me, I'm staring at the camera. Oh, okay. And basically what happened was, yeah, he was just moving, and then I ended up moving the year after that. And I was all alone that year after he moved, because then I had no more friends, because they all go poofed. Well, I did have church friends. I actually had like many church friends that I'm actually still connected to this day. But which is weird. Those are the only ones that didn't have mysterious, that hasn't actually had that strange. Well, meeting them has been a strange history, but I need to go over this last friend history, and then we need to move on to another fact. But one of my friends, he was my friend for, he was my very first best friend, and he was my first school friend I had. So he was a really good friend. And one day, at school, he came up to me and said, oh, I won't be able to join the, Boy Scouts. I won't be able to come to the, actually no, Cub Scouts. He wouldn't be able to come to the Cub Scouts anymore. And I was like, okay. Oh no, it was like something about him not coming to term. I'm like, oh no. And, he ended up, so he didn't really give me specifics why he was, but not soon after, his family just disappeared. I'm not kidding you guys. This has been the strangest thing, and I think his whole family actually went into a whole witness and protection program, because they're completely gone. I've been looking for this guy for years now, and he seems to have not existed at all now. So either he was an imaginary friend, which technically that can happen because my parents remember him, as a real person, his house, everything. So I'm actually really confused on that one. So we're just gonna move on now, and I hope this was very interesting of the weirdest, strangest friendship history, because it seems like now in Canada, my friendship history, I haven't really been friends with some strange people, unless you can count Werewing as a very strange person. Let's just move on now. Okay, this one I can't prove, but this is as legit as as my word will tell. I think Werewing remembers this one, definitely. So, I had a Facebook account with my real name before, and Werewing actually used a fake name on Facebook. He doesn't really use a fake name now. I won't go into that. But now that we've switched and whatnot. But basically, I got locked out of that account. But when I did have the account, I became Facebook friends with the real Miley Cyrus. Now, before you judge me, this is before she went all. So I'm not into any of her new stuff at all, because of, I don't know if that's actually getting the point across, but when she was more of a role model kind of thing for me, I actually was Facebook friends with her, which, as strange as it sounds, I actually did excessive research to see if this was the actual Miley Cyrus. And, to my knowledge to this day, that was the real Miley Cyrus. And I think Werewing was also Facebook friends with her or something, and that's how I found it. Got connected, I guess, into the fray. I've not sent a Facebook request at all now, or followed or anything, because I'm not into what she's doing nowadays. So it's a weird thing to look back on and just say, hey, I was Facebook friends with a celebrity who seems to be going down the gutter from my point of view. So let's move on to the last one. So this is the last fact, and this one's probably more obvious than than most, but I have autism. Now, it may not seem as noticeable now, but I think if you watch some of my older videos, it probably would make more sense. But it probably also makes sense now. Sorry for that burp. But I have autism. Now, if it's not apparent now, I've had it for 17 years. Never mind. For 17 years, and I'm actually no longer on the depressants anymore. I've been going for about 2 years without pills now. So I've been doing really well with it. So I was basically my coffee, please, some coffee. So yeah, and my basic autism is ADHD. I think there's ADD or something in there as well, but I'm never sure. The letters confuse the heck out of me. But yeah, the autism, if it's not as noticeable now. I just seem like a weird kid person now. But definitely when I was younger, it pretty much just painted a target on my back, and it made my childhood really, really bad. Especially when people didn't realize I had it. I've had a couple arguments with teachers on this thing. So, and yeah, my autism doesn't seem to be there as much, but it's there. It's where I get my creativity from. So now you know where I get most of my bubbly. Hey, what's that? I'm just joking. Yes, I just did that joke. Actually, I actually was kind of distracted, and I just decided to just go for it. But yeah, no, I think that's probably that's the one thing you probably notice. I get distracted a lot, and that's classified as autism, I guess. Okay, so guys, thank you so much for watching this. If some of you did not know, I had some. If you found any of this interesting or anything, I do have a couple other small ones. So if you want to see another one of these, heck, even just normal facts, or even just this kind of video in particular, put a like on the video. And if this is the first video you've seen and you actually really like my comedy or whatever, anything else, also check out any of the animations I have ever made. There's a couple gaming videos if you're interested in those, and subscribe and become an agent of the Agent N 107's channel. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so this is Agent N 107 signing off.